Oh, hey, I am so glad you made it to your midweek shot in the arm. And today's shot is fight. You ready? Let's go. Today's shot is directly from our devotional title, There is Still Some Fight Left in Me. After the shot, you can access the devotional by going to buildersofthefaith.com. Engaging in the weekly devotionals helps you apply PBP to your lives, and that is practical biblical principles. So let's dive in. Fight, simply put, is to engage in a struggle or battle with an opponent. You guys already know. We are headed straight to our instruction manual, and today's instructions come out of the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1, verse 30 from the English Standard Version, and it reads, "The Lord your God who goes before you will himself fight for you, just as he did for you in Egypt before your eyes." Amen. Now, per usual, I encourage you to read your instruction manual so that you can have context for the content, okay? There is so much that took place prior to what we're going to talk about today. So I want you to go back and read the book of Exodus, and it talks about how God freed his people, the Israelites, how he freed them from bondage. Okay, and in our verse today, Moses is making reference to that journey. All right, so I'm going to read the verse again. "The Lord your God who goes before you will himself fight for you, just as he did for you in Egypt before your eyes." Amen. Now, with that verse in mind, I want you to take a moment and think about a time that it seemed like the odds were stacked against you, and just at the right time, God showed up. I want you to think about that. And the reason I want you to think about that is because when you have a memory that you can pull on, when you have a memory that reminds you of God's faithfulness, there is nothing, nothing that anyone can say to you because you've seen it with your own eyes. All right. For me, one of my memories that sticks out to me was my quest to go to nursing school. Okay. I didn't have enough money. I had people calling me crazy because I already had a degree. I had a child who was in and out of the hospital. I had previous nurses telling me, you're too involved in church, you're too involved in activities. Nursing school is going to be too hard. You'll need to stop and just focus on that. Otherwise, you won't make it. Come on, I had unreliable transportation. I had all types of odds. You name it, I had it. I had all types of odds stacked against me. And it even appeared that at every turn, there was either someone or something, some obstacle. And just when I thought, it couldn't get any worse, I walk in to work one morning only to find out that I was being laid off. Yes, laid off. And let me tell y'all, the layoff was so smooth that in the meeting, I remember being like, wait, so I don't have a job anymore? And they quickly whoa, don't say it like that. Don't look at it that way. We're going to be providing resources to make you marketable, and you'll have another job before you know it. Really? I didn't get to go back to my desk. They got my purse and my keys. They escorted me to my car. They told me that they will pack up my belongings and mail them to the address on file. You hear me? Man, listen. I'm sitting in my car, right? And I'm looking around this big old parking lot. And I'm thinking, out of all of these people, I'm getting laid off. I need the insurance, right? I can't pay out of pocket for my daughter's medication. There is certain foods that she eats. We've got bills. And I'm sitting in that parking lot. And I said, Okay, God. And I crunk up the car and I headed to my apartment. So my okay, God was our verse today. Okay, my okay, God says, I've been in tight spots before. I've experienced some shortcomings. I've been in the dark before, and you've showed up. You've always made a way. So, okay, God, like that. My okay, God is my surrender. That's my surrender. Okay, because I know God is going to fight for me. I know it. So let me cut through the field and get us out of here. I began to look at the resources that the layoff provided. So I was looking at the resume building, the communication skills, interviewing techniques, career building. And so I started showing up to the classes. And more often than not, I would be the only one there. So I was getting one-on-one sessions in what should have been a group setting. All right. And in one of the classes, my God, in one of the classes, I'm not going to cry, I spoke up. I said, hey, I know this is a corporate setting, but I really desire to be a nurse. And I began to tell my story as to why I had that desire. And y'all, the instructor says, well, I can get you connected with this program that will actually pay you a stipend to go to school. And nursing is one of the career choices that they're paying for. Did you hear that? He says, I can get you connected with this program that will actually pay you a stipend to go to school, and nursing is one of the career choices that they're paying for. And so right there, right in that little spot, you can insert praise music right there. This is a good place to, right? Oh my God, why am I saying insert praise music right there? Why am I saying you should feel a little something? You should dance a little bit, because that was all God. That's why it was all God. That was Him coming before me. My God, that was Him already making a way. Okay. And can I tell you that not showing up in the house of God because I had schoolwork was an excuse I didn't get an opportunity to use. I did not get an opportunity to use that excuse. We're talking almost 15 years ago. I continued to serve. I continued to give. And God continued to show me that He was handling the fight, that He was in control throughout my entire journey. My God, the Lord has always had someone right when I needed them, from professors to classmates to resources, whatever I needed. And that is one of the reasons I am so confident when I talk to people about going back to school and making sure they don't put God on the back burner, because I've seen Him fight with my own eyes. I have a master's degree now, a master's degree. Come on. Now, you could not have told me a layoff would lead to more money, more resources, and a degree. Oh my God, hear me clearly. Get you a memory. Get you a reminder of the faithfulness of God in your life. Make sure that you aren't the one throwing the punches. Because if you are, that's probably why nothing's landing. Okay? I went from not being able to afford school to getting laid off to getting a stipend to go to school. Come on, it don't have to make sense to you when God is fighting, because you've seen Him do it before. And it didn't make sense then either. But you knew He was fighting for you. You knew He had gone before you. My God, listen. Stop fighting what the Lord has already conquered. Say la. My God, thank you. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you found value in our conversation, please like and share so that we can inspire others with the message of hope. Until next time.